Well, welcome back. Yes, we're watching Closing Trades right here on ET Now. Sandeep Barclay is with us to give us his recommendations. Sandeep, what would you have for the last half an hour?
Tanveer, a buy in Kane India, stop loss 336.30, target 354. A buy in Voltas, stop loss 112.80, target 120. A sell in M&M, stop loss 783, target 750. And a sell in R Power, stop loss 87, target 78.
All right, Sandeep. Many thanks for giving us those recommendations. Come to you, Jagdish. What would you recommend from the mid-tier side of the market?
Well, not for half an hour, but for slightly longer than half an hour.
What would be your time duration then?
In the next month or so, I would say, even I've shortened my horizon, but even longer term. Apollo Hospitals, I think, is I like it. It's an evergreen stock play on, one of the strengths that we have really got into as a nation. Continues to have reasonably buoyant results and possibility of spin-off of the pharma business sooner rather than later. And yes, there were some corporate governance issues raised about Mr. Reddy and all, but frankly, that was all fairly small potatoes. And this stock, I think, continues to have institutional fancy also. So I like that a whole lot. It's good for, I think, 700 plus. Another, again, very pedigree, good private bank from the south, Karur Vysya, continues to be very well run, good results, fairly generous with dividends, and so 3-4% yield play, and very good management of its NPAs, etc., restructured loans, and prosperous part catchment area that they have. So this again, I think when the smaller private sector banks, right now it's just HDFC Bank and Kotak and a couple that catch the market's fancy, but this one again is a good one. My third pick, if I may, logistics space, all cargo. Came out very good results when I have to look at a consolidated basis, trading at 6-7 times historic. Again, strong, good management in all the spaces of logistics, which is a very interesting space, containers, etc. And strong PE investors, possibility of even a buyout kind of thing, open offers, etc. So that's another one which I like. And the last I would say is one Chotu stock in sugar. As I said, sugar sector is looking much better. Buoyant prices, they've gone up a lot. Ex-factory, you're getting 33, 34 rupees now. A stock called Dharni Sugar, it's a small one, came out with pretty good results. Again, also in fairly de-risked, and stock has been steady, consolidating, and I think in the south they have much less apolitical, not too much interference. Cane prices good, a fair amount of inventory at the old prices. So this again, I think, is looking pretty inexpensive. We can move from here.
What is the P multiple for Apollo Hospitals? What I'm trying to understand is that what makes it so attractive?
I don't think Nikunj, you look at P, it is expensive, no doubt about it. But this is, it's a leader in this, in the hospital space. The way it's gone around, it's even expanded internationally, Sri Lanka, etc. And now they've got it to a fine art. And as they up the hospital beds, and this core competence has come out, and I think the unlocking of value by the pharmacy business also will help. So this is more a concept play. It's like, as we were talking earlier, if you start looking at P multiples of Hindustan Lever, etc., you won't go near the stock. So.
Okay, Mahindra & Mahindra is looking slightly rusty today. 15 rupees down for Mahindra & Mahindra. Actually, a good time to dip your toes and buy Mahindra & Mahindra down 15 rupees?
See, if you see the chart of Mahindra, I think last 10 sessions post the results, it's gone up. I think it was around 660 when the results came out. So I don't think it's a great reaction or one that you must enter into. Mahindra has been, kind of sideways. So a good point to enter Mahindra is around 650. Around 800, it tends to top.
Last time there, but I want to revisit Reliance Industries. Reliance Industries has cracked below 800 rupees. Pitesh, we were discussing the importance of Reliance Industries exactly the same time yesterday. Reliance has cracked below 800 rupees. Is that dangerous? Because you'd pointed out for our viewers that Reliance is the pivot. Reliance is the real canary in the coal mine.
Oh yes, I still hold that view. I think, see, if you look at the price movement, gone up from 720 to about 820, is dropped by about 20-25 rupees. It doesn't bother me. I think the key level which I'm watching out is about 780. 780, 778 I think is the strong support area, and I think I would be looking to buy into it around those levels with let's say 1.5 to 2% kind of a stop loss. And I still believe that Reliance is the one which should lead the market from the front and possibly retest the recent highs of 820 and even exceed them.
TCS, that is the real big move, and TCS is now marching towards a new all-time high. Look at the market capitalization of TCS now. TCS is going to be, if it adds another 5% from these levels, it will be India's most valuable company. 31 rupees for TCS. Mitesh, what is the best case scenario for TCS in next 1 month? Do you think the stock could go above 1400 rupees?
It's difficult to give time-bound targets, I think, but there's been a strong breakout happening over here on the weekly charts. My minimum target, over here would be around 1380, 1390. But logically, this stock should have the strength of giving you at least 1450 on the upside. I think that's the measuring implication. But if nothing else, 1380, 1390 should be tested. It's a very strong breakout after a, if I could put this way, about 18 months of struggle around the 1290, 1280 mark. In fact, the stock peaked at levels of around 1200 in January 11 and then went through a correction. So if you connect all the lines, there's a strong trend line which has been violated on the upside. So I'm extremely positive over here. 1390, 1400 should be tested. 1450 is also very likely.
SpiceJet. Let's look at aviation stocks. Aviation stocks are not looking all that strong. Why? Well, there is a simple explanation, and the simple explanation is that in the near term, the sector will not get any FDI. Not that it matters, given the kind of market scenario some of these airline stocks are in, and the fact that globally also most of the airline companies currently are not going through a very strong period. Airline companies may not be too excited to pick up stake in any of the Indian carriers, but since both these stocks had appreciated, Jet and SpiceJet, in last 2 or 3 days, I think simply they are correcting today. Ashwini, what is the best way to approach airline stocks? Because if I look at the fundamental argument, which is separate, it's not very strong. But if I look at the technical strength, Jet Airways and SpiceJet this year, for long traders, they've made money.
Well, you need to, figure out the support levels or the ranges for these stocks, because every other day one person says that FDI in aviation will happen. The second person says it won't happen. You can't go based on news. What you can go based on is probably buy these things on decline. So around 350, 340, if a jet goes down, it gets into a zone from where it tends to bounce back. So I won't buy a jet above 400, but certainly till this issue isn't resolved, chances are it will go fairly close to 340, 350, and that will be a good buying zone. And you take it off, when people get a bit optimistic about all this, and the stock moves towards 420, because if the global economy is improving, crude is again heading up. So sooner or later, even if FDI happens, they will get into trouble. So the idea should be to use them as trading stocks.
Okay, gentlemen, stay on with us. Let's go across to our research desk if Poonam joins in with a quick sum up of the big volume buzzers this afternoon. Poonam.
Well, we do have 4 stocks today: Opto Circuits, Adani Ports and Says, Heritage Foods, as well as Divi's Laboratories. Opto Circuits, the stock has hit a 52-week low today with 2.3 crore shares being traded, and the volumes are 7.2 times the 2-week average. The stock is trading below all DMA, and these are the highest volumes seen in this stock in the last entire 1 year. Next is Adani Ports and Says. Again, the stock is trading below all DMA. 14.7 lakh shares have been traded so far, and the volumes are 3.8 times the 2-week average. These are the highest volume seen in this counter since first week of August this year, and there was a block deal today in the stock of close to 2.5 million shares. Next is Heritage Foods. 13.1 lakh shares have been traded and the volumes are 19 times the 2-week average. The stock has hit a 52-week high and the highest volumes are seen in the last entire 1 year. The stock is again trading above all DMA. It's a mid-cap stock, so watch out for that. Divi's Labs, we have 5.5 lakh shares being traded. Volumes are nearly 3 times the 2-week average. Highest volumes are seen in this counter since last week of May this year, and the stock is trading above all DMA. Again, this is one of the stock which has again hit a 52-week high today. Watch out for these stocks.
Thanks very much for that, Poonam.